Check this out. This video footage just keeps piling up. Look at all these gigabytes. I don't know what to do. I mean, I need infinite storage or something. Hello, Andreas here. Welcome to Bits by Dre. So I want to share my solution to the crazy amount of storage needed when you start accumulating a lot of video footage. First I thought I would have to buy a lot of hard drives and then keep managing them all, but that would be hell. But then after checking out the prices, I realized it would cost me a lot in the long term. Furthermore, there isn't any geo-redundancy, so if the hard drives got broken or stolen, I would just lose all the data. Then I remembered seeing a video of Linus Tech Tips. He had a similar problem, and his solution was just use Google Drive. And I still have access to my Google account from my college, which is infinite storage. Okay, so I did not really build infinite storage. Google did. And to get infinite storage on Google, you need around 10 connected accounts, which would still cost you a lot less than hard drives in the long term. So let me show you how I did it. So to mess with Google Drive, I'm naturally going to use their API. And I'm going to use Python for that. Just because it's easy. So then I just copy paste this chunky thing here. I log in and boom, it just listed a couple of my files. Notice how I just changed angles to make it look like I'm coding. Smash the like for that. Okay, I should probably tell you guys where I'm going with this first. Okay, my idea is just having a program running in the background, pointing to some directory. Whenever something changes, it just syncs it with the cloud. And for that, I need to learn how to upload folders first. I mean folders? God damn it with these typos. Okay, and I can also upload to a folder by specifying the parent ID. Okay, now let's move on to uploading files. Okay, I'll just upload the script I'm writing. Get a little inception going on. Nice! That was surprisingly easy. That's not how programming usually goes. Okay, the cool thing about having an ID for everything is that I can represent these nested folders by a flat structure as long as every node knows their parent ID. Does anybody even care about these details? Okay, my second challenge is creating a representation of my local file tree so I can replicate it in the cloud. Okay, now that I run this, it creates this JSON file showing all my files and folders. Okay, let's look for a file by searching for folder equals false. Fail? Well, I guess that's what you get for copy-pasting code. It's a serious pitfall of any programmer. Yeah, there it is. Okay, now I also want to run this every time something changes in the directory. Okay, for that I can just use a file watcher that triggers an action whenever something changes. Okay, now if I move a file, boom, you see, it got triggered. But it got triggered multiple times. Meh, I can just queue up these calls and avoid running this in parallel. Yeah, there we go. Now, some of you might ask, Mr. Professional Software Engineer SF50K, is this efficient? No. But do I care? Nope. Now that we have a local representation of my file tree and we know how to upload things, we just need to combine these two parts. Okay, here's my strategy. To be sure that every file can be uploaded, I need to create the directory structure first. The only tricky part about uploading folders is that I have to figure out the order first, because I can't upload a folder whose parent folder hasn't been uploaded yet. Which means it's time for a recursive algorithm. Okay, so I wrote this little piece of the code here. Let's see it in action. And by the way, please smash that like button for the self-written code. None of that Siraj Raval bullcrap on this channel. Okay, but let's run it now. Okay, that's not what I wanted to achieve.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So turns out I did not consider that the root directory would not have a parent folder, and that made the algorithm just upload everything to the root of Google Drive. But I made the code consider this and now it works. For the files I can just upload them in parallel. Okay, for that I can just use a thread pool to limit the max number of files being uploaded at the same time. Again, let's run this. What? Am I being hacked?
Much later.
Okay, I have to admit, this took me quite a while to figure out. Okay, basically the library I was using was not thread safe. The underlying code in real time responses didn't conflict with each other. Now if you're really interested, you can check the code on GitHub. I'll put the link in the description. It's not pretty. So this is in fact a long time later. So I wrote a couple more things to cover all the use cases, like when you move files, delete files, or even rename files. So all of that gets synced up. Okay, so over the course of making this video, I accumulated a lot more clips, some of which hopefully will never see the light of day. And that has filled up almost all of my available storage. But then I ran the uploader for a couple hours. You can still check out the logs as it was finishing the uploads. And my files all nicely synced up. And now I can confidently get rid of all this crap. Okay, let's see how big this actually is. Damn it, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is over 100 gigabytes. Now move to bin, empty bin, and boom, 100 gigabytes freed. Smash the like for this bold move. Okay, so my plan was to add a user interface to this, but unfortunately, I don't really know how to build user interfaces yet. So, as a challenge to myself, I will stop postponing learning all of this UI stuff and finish this project with a beautiful web interface. Stay tuned! And by the way, pro tip, best way of staying tuned is by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. So this is part 1. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please click the thumbs up thingy down there. Really appreciate it. All the code I wrote in this video will be available on GitHub. Link in the description. If you would have done anything differently, leave it in the comments. It's always nice to know how other people approach the same problems. Please subscribe for part 2. I will be doing some UI development and I hope to make this thing look awesome. So see you there.